Okay, so hi, and there have been so many subplots that are there throughout the seasons, but the main highlight of this show has been the road trip. So, how has your road trip experience been?
Oh no, I'm not a big fan of road trips. But I think that's because in India you don't have that many clean loos for women to use on the highways, and that's always a problem for me because I don't like use. I mean, nobody likes using dirty loos, and yeah, and so and then you can't drink enough water, and then everything around that. So it's always a bit of a stress for me going on a road trip in India. But I recently went on a road trip from London to Inverness, and then to Edinburgh, and then to Liverpool, and like via Newcastle, Manchester, then Liverpool, and then back to London. And that was a mad experience. So I guess it's not road trips, but it's the lack of loose that I don't like.
That's very true. And but still the locations and everything is always fun. So,
Yeah.
like even for four more shots and even for triplings, there have been so many locations that are very exotic or like different from the regular places. So, which is your favorite go-to place?
For a shoot, listen, any place for shooting is great because all the jhanjat and all the stress of going to a new place and blah blah, it's all handled by production. You just go there and have fun. So I love these vacations. Where you go and you work, and then I actually end up doing that a lot, which is that when we go for shoots to different places, I end up staying back a few days and just chill either by myself or like somebody from the cast or crew, and explore the place then. So yeah, I quite enjoyed. I Among the places that we went to for shoots, I really liked Sikkim, which we did in season 2 of Tripling, because I never been to Sikkim and I always wanted to, and we got to go there, and we got to. And another thing that happens when you're shooting is that you don't end up going to touristy places. You end up finding like these nooks and corners which are fairly unexplored, which you wouldn't see otherwise had you come on a trip. So yeah, so Sikkim we got to do a lot of that in and around Gangtok. Then in FOMO shots, there was Italy this year, which was stunning. So yeah.
That's great to know. And this one is a TVF show, and TVF has already always been like emotionally rooted and also rooted to the family values, and still bone tickling humor is always there in the shows. So, how was the experience working with the TVF team for this 3 seasons?
I have I'm a part of I consider myself a huge part of TVF because I've known them since like permanent roommates, since even before that actually, when they were doing the sketches and Rowdies and all these other sketches that they did. And I remember when Pictures was my first collaboration work-wise with them. And I remember when Pictures was happening, and I used to go to their office and I used to hang out with everyone, and I was like, and I knew that there's something very exciting happening because the way they would be talking about it and the way they would discuss things. And I was like, listen, I don't care what part you give me, just give me one part. I want to be a part of this show because it just sounded very exciting. And the people who were making it were people that I really respected as professionals. So I was like, ये अगर कुछ बनाएंगे ये बहुत बढ़िया बनाने वाले हैं. So I how can I not be a part of it? So I've always been a bit cheerleader for TVF.
What do you relate the most with your own role, like Chanchal's role, or do you relate with some other character of the show that also has on?
Of this show. Uh, I actually feel I'm a lot like Chitwan in real life. Like my family tells me I'm like Chitwan because I'm the youngest, and then I have like zero sense of responsibility. I'm a chiller. I don't take too much stress. And like everybody, like in my family, because I became an actor, everyone thinks that, oh, she's doing kuch to kar rahi hai ye. Like, nobody initially, and now they still they still follow my work, but earlier they were like, she's doing something, I don't know, she's become an actor or something. And they were like, really? I mean, so there was So I feel I'm the Chitwan of, and I have a habit of saying the the most wrong things in the most inappropriate or on the most inappropriate occasions. So yeah, I would be Chitwan, I guess.
Well, that's great to know. And the two seasons have been super successful. So even this one is getting so much love in the trailer and everything from the comments that we are reading. Even the meme pages and everything, the marketing is going great. So how do you feel? What's in house for the fans of this show?
I think it's I mean, I hope it's everything they've expected and beyond. But they've already given us so much love. I feel like they will they're just waiting for the tripling to come back, like the siblings to come back, because they feel like they're their siblings, and I think more of Chitwan's goofiness, more of Chanchal and Pranav's bickering, more of Chandan's that dry humor, a lot. And then you see the roots of it, which is the parents, and this time the parents are a huge, like they're at the forefront of the story. So
Mm.
you see that like how cool the parents are in some ways. And yeah, so you might either relate to the parents in the sense that, oh, even my parents are like this, or you'll be like, I wish my parents were like this, or you'll be like, oh God, I don't want parents like this. One way or another, it'll evoke an emotion out of you. So yeah.
So yeah, in all entirety, wishing you the best for this show. And the story has been like developed from the first season. We saw a little absurdness in the behavior and still the love between the parents that was shown right from the first season. And like that developing into the story right now is very cool. And definitely the fans are going to love this. But on promotion front, you also have four more shots releasing on 21st and this one also. So how
Oh.
tedious is it for you?
Oh, it's very tedious. But I was just telling someone that every time I start feeling like I start complaining about how these promotions are taking up all my time, I have to remind myself that it's a really big thing. Like it's for an actor to have two major releases on the same day. It's tremendous. So yeah, so I'm also like grateful for it, and I feel blessed, and yeah, I won't complain.
Well, yes, hopefully the pressure is off soon and the love will keep start flowing in. So thank you.
Yes.
This has been a great
Thank
interaction.
you. Thank you, Neil.